Welcome to JMR Talks. Today we'll discuss about the skills that cannot be automated. A lot of buzz is around about Chat GPT and the jobs likely to get automated. As a result, people losing jobs. Now let's look at what whether Chat GPT is a boon or bane. Are there any skills that are difficult to automated? What needs to be done, etc. Now, what is what Chat GPT? ChatGPT is a what called online artificial intelligence chatbot created by OpenAI in December 2022. It's an artificial intelligence language model developed. So what does it do? It generates human-like text based on the input we give to it, and we can ask questions. It answers them. So there is a fear, lurking fear among the people that this might what replace humans at workplace. According to a Fortune report, about 48% of the companies which has started using ChatGPT, they saved around $50,000, and 11% of them saved about $1 lakh as such. Now, according to a job advisory firm resumebuilder.com, which has surveyed about 1,000 business leaders, half of the companies implemented, and nearly half of them they say that thanks to what I call ChatGPT, employees are getting converted at their what I call companies. Now, what is the issue? The future of work what I call looks grim. According to a Forrester study, 10% of US jobs are likely to be what I call automated, and as per what I call McKinsey report, half of all US jobs are going to be what I call automated in the next decade or so. Now, what kind of jobs will get what I call automated? Jobs which are of repetitive, routine, mundane nature. For example, reading X-rays or truck driving, etc., etc. So instead of focusing on what I call repetitive, routine, mundane jobs, which are likely to get automated as a result, people losing the jobs. Why not look at the aspects of surviving jobs, which will be what I call replaced, so that accordingly human beings can make an effort to what I call upgrade themselves, upskill themselves as such. Stephen M. Koslane, President and CEO of what I call Foundry College, in one of his articles in Harvard Business Review 2019, he says there are two things which are highly difficult to what I call automate. One is what I call human emotion, and second is what I call context. Context, plays a key role in terms of the decisions being taken or the likely interactions what I call people have. As we all know that emotion is what I call central to what I call human communication as such. So emotion and what I call the context, they are the what I call ingredients of what I call critical problem solving or creative thinking as such. Emotions, compassion, adaptive learning, good judgment. No, these are the what I call things which normally employers look for. They expect what I call their prospective employees to be what I call adaptive, quick in what I call in learning, good judgment, able to what I call carry the people along. They're able to what I call solve the problems, indulge in what I call critical thinking and creative what I call solving the problems as such. Now, what are the what I call most sought after skills? Ability to learn adaptively, ability to make good decisions, okay, and ability to work well with others. We all know that managers, 90% of their time is spent in what I call taking good decision as such, or decision making. So as such, employers look for adaptability, making good decisions, and ability to work well with others. Now, there are certain things which people can do well, and these things will continue to be what I call difficult to what I call automate. So let's not unnecessarily get worried that thanks to the GPT human beings are likely to be replaced. There was a talk a couple of years back also that by 2025 human beings will be what I call become irrelevant. But Jack Ma was what I call very right in saying that as long as we continue to invest in emotional intelligence, indulge in critical thinking and what I call creative what I call knowledge as such, nothing can what I call more done. That means human beings will continue to be what I call relevant. Now, when we come to the what I call B schools or higher educational institutions, in the light of this artificial intelligence, development of Chat GPT, etc. So what is that needs to be done? We need to what we call train our youngsters not simply to interact with the technology, but things which technology will not be able to what we call resolve, or technology will not be able to what we call automate. Now let's look at what we call skills which are less likely to be what we call automated, so that human beings could focus on what we call improve them further. Number one, creativity. I hope all of us will agree that machines cannot match human beings' creativity or what we call originality. It what we call for example, look at what we call ChatGPT. When we ask us something, what we call it will scan around what we call text message around, then what we call it will give a solution. So you can't expect the what we call machines to be what we call creative or if it's what we call originality. Now there are certain things like what we call interpersonal skills like empathy, compassion. This is cannot be what we call easily automated. Critical thinking, adaptability. Machines are not yet capable of what we call adapting, adjusting to what we call to the change scenario as such. Now, for instance, look at what we call physician. The time he spends with the family of the what we call deceased, how to what we call the dosage has to be given, how the medicines have to be what we call administered. Or look at what we call bartender, who interacts what we call with the the customers who visit what we call bars and all that. In fact, other day what I call I have seen one ad wherein a young boy what I call goes to the bank branch. He says, "Why I need to come to the what I call bank? There is an app. I get my passbook updated. I get what I call all those things I get online as such. So why should I what I call come?" Then the officer what I call sitting the opposite to what I call this boy attending to the desk, he says, "Your father comes because he gets time to what I call chat with me, so that I can share what I call jokes." In other words, people crave for what I call human touch, something which machines what I call cannot what I call provide. Next, leadership. Leadership is all about what I call leading people. So leaders require what I call compassion, empathy, strategic thinking, and all that. Okay, physical dexterity. Machines can assist in this regard, but I'm sure they cannot what I call replace. And artistic ability. Look at what I call painting, sculpture, music. These are what I call only what I call human beings could what I call do well as such. When I say all these things, I am not trying to say that no skill is what cannot be automated as such. No skill is in fact entirely immune to what I call automation. Even the skills which we discuss now are not immune to what I call automation. Even they could be what I call automated. But the fact that these are the what I call skills less likely to be automated gives us an opportunity for us to focus on them, develop them, improving them, so that we stay competitive what I call in the job market. There were fears earlier also that human beings getting irrelevant by 2025, but we know that still human beings what I call continue to be relevant. In fact, given the situation where all other resources are either accessible, affordable, or available, talented human resource is the only one resource which could provide the what I call cutting edge as such. I fully agree with Jack Ma that as long as we continue to what I call invest in emotional intelligence and indulge in what I call critical and creative thinking, human beings will continue to be what I call relevant. Let's focus on what I call those skills which we just now discussed, which are less likely to be automated, but at the same time they are not immune to what I call automation, so that we improve them, we develop them to stay competitive in the job market. Thank you.